In this video, let's talk about the Merrymart IPO. Let's drill in the numbers. Let's look at liquidity. Let's look at debt. Let's look at its EPS. Let's look at its valuations. Let's look at the nitty-gritty of the company. So if you want to know more and you want to have a better conviction if you should buy Merrymart or not, this video is for you. Check it out. Hi guys, so I'm just about to go and get grocery, and as part of the new normal, this is something that we are doing when you go out because of the lockdown. It's basically groceries, essentials, buying stuff, medicine, vitamins, etc. And that's why I said on the previous video about Merrymart that it's right smack in the middle of what's changing. Again, you will notice it as part of the new normal. There will be a shift in spending. Instead of buying luxury goods, luxury items, the shift will basically be more about what are the things that I need, what are the things that are essential right now, because people will be trying to have as much cash as possible and allocate their spending towards the things that they deem as essential. And by the time this video will come out, I've already seen the disclosures that the IPO price will be fixed and pegged at the 1 peso mark. So if you want to know more about the details, the proceeds, etc., it's in the previous video. It's probably just a few days prior to this. So what I'll do in this video also, you will see different figures pop up here to give you more details about it. So first things first, let's go to the net income. So the net income essentially of Merrymart is around 2019, 28 million pesos. 2018, 40.6 million pesos. 2017, 19.97. So if you'll see it, you will notice that 2017, 19 million, 2018, 40 went up, 2019 it went down. And if you look at your style, if you're a person who likes growth, you want consecutive and consistent earnings, net income growing. One of the reasons why the net income for 2019 got lower because its operating expenses got bigger. So in terms of its expenses, or how they have been spending their money from 2017, 2018, 2019, please remember everything that I'm talking about here could be found at the prospectus, so you could just research this as well in the investor relations tab, and it's for every company that's listing. So that's the advantage of investing in the stock market. There should be transparency in data, and when companies go into an IPO, they normally disclose around 3 years worth of historical data. Now 2017 operating expense 41 million, 2018 operating expense 35.8 million, 2019 operating expense 98 million. So as you can see, and as you try to analyze it, the decrease in net income for 2019 is brought about primarily by their increase in operating expenses. So that's just basically it. But their sales though, from 2017, 2018, 2019, please do note that for those who are not into investing yet or not into the numbers, when I say net income, that's less everything already, less all of their expenses, less all of their taxes, etc. But their sales from 2017, 2018, 2019 have increased year on year. And if I look at their sales growth per year, 2017 their sales growth was around 11.4, 2018 20.3, then 2019 18.8. So it's still double-digit sales growth on a year-to-year basis. Now, a couple of things that I'd like to mention also before I go on a deeper dive on the numbers. There were some questions about the store itself, and part of is, as you start analyzing the prospectus, you will see that they'll try to make a lot of money from franchising. And as you all know, Injop is the frontman in all of this. As he is the frontman in all of this, I guess the pitch for franchisees will be, look at his track record, look at how he has done it. So as per the deal for franchising, it's 10 years and there's a franchise fee of 1.2 million pesos. So that's something that franchisors pay off the bat every time that they would make a franchise, or they would try to execute a franchise. 1.2 million pesos. So that's direct earnings already for Merrymart as a whole. Then as you all know, every time you enter a franchise agreement, there are royalties attached to it. So royalties are as follows. Ad fee is around 0.5% of gross sales. This is something that will be paid on a monthly basis, or at least billed on a monthly basis. Then there's a royalty fee of 2% of the gross sales also. Again, it's something that's billed monthly. Then admin fee of 5%, gross sales also billed monthly. So if you'll try to see the extra revenue that Merrymart will get on a monthly basis from their franchisees, it's around 3% from on a monthly basis. Then also there's a design fee. I think it's 180,000 pesos. And then of course, similar to how Jollibee works or any other company that has a franchise-based model, merchandise also, the franchisee will pay the franchisor of the merchandise that they will use for them to be able to sell. So part of the pitch for the growth of Merrymart is they plan to accelerate fast, and one of the main ingredients for them accelerating fast is to get a lot of franchisees over the next few years. And please do note, a lot of people are asking where are they gonna put it. So my main idea, I still have to do more research on this but as you all know, Double Dragon owns Double Dragon, then you have City Mall. That could be a model that they could explore, having this. I don't know if it will be the large supermarkets, the medium-sized supermarkets, or the small ones to be inside city malls. But also, if they want to scale it up, it won't just be in city malls, but it will be in other areas. And if you notice, the style of city malls is basically they try to build their own market. They try to build the mall in areas where they know there's a demand, but there's lesser competition yet. And that could be the model that they will try to employ for this. So you have, and I think the thing, that arbitrage there also is, since they had success, Injap has had success in Mang Inasal, they already know how to find places where there's a good possibility, it's a good spot for them to be able to put it. So I think it's just them replicating what they've done in Mang Inasal, what they've done also in City Mall. So there. So that answers the franchising part of it now. So comment below if you have questions on this. But I just like to put it deeper and hammer this, that over the next few, I guess 1 or 2 years from the time this video is out, since as long as the coronavirus is still prevalent, and as long as people are still trying to save money, and as long as people are still, their consumption is still different under this new normal, you will see that it will still be about essential goods, which Merrymart is pretty much part of. So as what I've mentioned, they have 3 segments. You have their big grocery type, which I think will rival the normal pure gold supermarkets. Then which is also which will somehow hit the broad market. Then you have their medium, they call the big one MM Grocery. The second one, the medium size, is called MM Market. It's gonna cater primarily to medium and high income Filipinos, probably close to the Rustan's type of supermarkets. Then you have your MM store, which will rival 7-Eleven, Ministop, Family Mart, etc. So this is your small grocery, small supermarket. Then from their convenience store concept, I think it's how they're gonna segment it also. They're gonna sell food, they're gonna sell personal care, it's gonna be a pharmacy. So it will be like Watson's, Mercury Drug, 24 hours, where they sell personal care items, but with the hybrid that will look like 7-Eleven, where they will also sell food and groceries. So that's essentially how it is, and that's how it will be in terms of how they will segment their stores as well. So there, let's continue and take a deep dive. Now, retained earnings is what's left after they paid all of their taxes, all of their expenses. And for those who love dividends, that's where they're gonna get their dividends from. So their retained earnings has increased also from 2017, 2018, and 2019. For 2017, the retained earnings is 38.4 million pesos. 2018, 78.98 million pesos. 2019, 107 million pesos. So the larger the retained earnings, they have a larger pool of money that they can use also for dividends, and later on at least they have cash that they could use for other purposes also in the future. Their balance sheet, let's look at the balance sheet. Total current assets is around 509.9 million pesos. Total non-current assets are 404.7 million pesos. Add them all together, you have total assets of 914.6 million pesos. But one of the things that I look for also is cash. Cash is very, very important because you want them to have a strong balance sheet. You want them to have strong cash. Their cash as of 2019 is at 270 million pesos. So I repeat, their cash as of 2019 is 270 million pesos. Their liabilities are pegged at 382 million pesos. But here's the thing also, they borrowed money. They have loans payable at 150 million pesos. So possible the increase in cash is also contributed to the money that they borrowed. So please remember that companies can raise money two ways: either they sell shares, sell equity, or they borrow money. And as you could note also that they have 150 million pesos in loans that they're paying. And if you also would note it, that there was a jump in the cash that they had, especially in 2019, it could be attributed also for them borrowing money. So they have 270 million pesos in cash, but they have loans payable at around 150 million pesos. So please do note, the reason why I'm giving you all of this data, all of these numbers, because this channel is all about giving you the right information so that you get to decide on your own. The goal and the strength for you to become profitable in the market, the goal for you to have conviction is you study all of the info, you study all of the data, and then you formulate your own strategy, you formulate your own conviction, because that's what's gonna give you the ability to make money. The ability for you to make money is you know what you're getting into. You do not buy a stock just because someone else would say it. You do not buy a stock just because people say it's sikat, it's something that's talked about. You buy because you know the reason why you are getting into it. And at the end of the day, that's why I have been making videos every single day, because I just want you guys to be able to stand on your own. My goal is not to give you fish. My goal is to teach you how to fish, because if you know how to fish, you know how to analyze stocks on your own, you will have the conviction to buy when everyone else is not buying. But if your analysis is telling you to buy, you go and you follow what your analysis is telling you. Now, net cash flow from financing is 449 million pesos. So financing meaning they borrowed, they got money. Ratios naman, current ratio 2017 1.2, 2018 1.2, 2019 1.3. For those who attended our StockSmart sessions, current ratio tells you the ability of the company to be able to settle its obligations. So in StockSmart, I would normally talk about two types of ratios. You have your quick ratio and you have your current ratio. Quick ratio would include the ones that are close to cash already, cash and cash-like investments, then accounts receivable. When you're talking about your current ratio, it includes all of the other assets. So there are some assets that may not be converted into cash quickly, but it gives you a good snapshot already that if things get bad, do they have enough assets to cover their liabilities. And in terms of liquidity, it says here 2019 1.3 that they have enough assets to cover whatever liabilities that they have. Debt to equity ratio is at 1.4. Now, what's interesting about that is in terms of, I mentioned that majority of the money that they will use for growth or for the IPO will go for expansion and growth. And I also mentioned that a chunk of the IPO proceeds would be used to build 25 stores. It's all in the previous video. But here's what's so interesting, apart from their grand plans for 2021, their main goal 2030 is to have 1,200 stores total. And out of that 1,200 stores, 1,000 of that will be their Merrymart stores, their 7-Eleven type pharmacy, convenience store type of stores. And then you have your grocery / market, your large and medium scale Merrymarts, which will comprise 200 stores. So that's something you have to watch, how good they are in terms of them sticking to what they forecasted, how good they are that in spite of what's happening right now, are they do they have the ability to follow through? And what's interesting kasi is if you are in something that's different, no one projected this coronavirus to actually happen. It's not something that's projected. No one at the end of 2019 said that you will have something that will cause the whole world to be on lockdown. So it's interesting to see how will they respond to this, and how will their timelines follow. Will they be able to follow the timelines that they projected, the earnings that they projected, given that we are in this new normal? Now, in terms of valuations, here's the thing. For those who watched my previous videos and read the books and attended the seminars, I would always talk about earnings per share. So this is the earnings per share of the company, including already the new shares that will be added via the IPO. So their EPS is at 0.0046. What does that do? Given the price of 1 peso, it imputes a valuation PE ratio of 216 times. So, which is quite at a premium, which is quite high, given that a good reference point. And if you've been attending my sessions, I'd always talk about when you use PE ratios, you compare it with other companies that are somewhat in the same industry, or in the same sector. That's why you compare Ayala Land with SM Prime, you compare Robinson's Land with Mega World, you compare apples to apples, bananas to bananas. So a very, very good close comparison to it would be Pure Gold. Again, Robinson's Retail is interesting also, but Robinson's Retail and MRSGI have a department store aspect. A pure comparison, a very, very close comparison that's pure supermarket, is Pure Gold. I was trying to research what the I could not remember what the PE ratio of Pure Gold was during its IPO. But what I do know is the IPO price of Pure Gold was around 12.5 pesos per share. Then on the day of the IPO, it dropped. But if you look at the current PE ratio of Pure Gold, it's at 20.4 times. So meaning, head to head, Merrymart, as of the last video that I posted, currently has 7 stores. Pure Gold has massively more than that. Even the IPO of Pure Gold, they had around 70 stores already at that time. So given the massive amounts of supermarkets that Pure Gold has, the PE ratio of Pure Gold is at 20.4. And please do note, Pure Gold, by the time I'm making this video, has massively gone up. The stock price of Pure Gold was around 27 during the drop last March, and from where it is right now, it has gone up significantly. So meaning, one of the reasons why it's at 20.4, it already factors in the bounce that it had, bringing it to where it is right now. So if you notice it hit 45, 46, 47, and if you follow the formula of PE, the reason why it went to 20.4 was because the price also have gone up. And again, people are buying Pure Gold primarily because of how spending patterns have shifted over the past few days, brought about by the coronavirus. So just to note, I think the premiums attached to it, to the 216 times PE that's being imputed for Merrymart, is, I think you're buying not the 7 stores, you're buying the potential, the possibility of growth over the next few years. That you're buying the potential that it could be 1,200 stores by 2030. You're also buying the in-job premium, meaning you're buying it because it's in-job. You're buying it because of who the CEO of the company is, who the founder is. It's just like saying that the reason why you buy Tesla, it's not just because they're selling amazing cars. They're selling something that's helping the environment. They're selling something that's revolutionary, something that's disrupting things. But you're buying it also because of Elon Musk, and that's a premium that they're imputing towards Merrymart. Just to also give you a comparison, if you look at the IPO price at 1 peso, that's around, I think, 21%. I said that on the previous video. That imputes the whole company to be around 7.59 billion pesos. So just so you can also analyze it, currently you're paying 7 stores at 7.59 billion pesos. For Pure Gold at that time, if I remember it properly, during the IPO, the total value given the IPO price at 12.5, 70 stores was around 30 billion pesos. So you can you can compute, you can analyze it. For Merrymart, 7 stores, 7.59 billion pesos total worth at a 1 peso stock price. For Pure Gold, it essentially was at 12.5 pesos per share, 70 stores at 30 billion pesos. So the questions that you need to ask yourself is, at 1 peso, is it worth the growth that I will get in the future? Is it also worth the premium that Injap is placing his expertise? So please remember this: it will never be break even. No CEO, no founder will sell their company at break even at what its exact value is. You always have to buy it at a premium based on what you believe the growth will be, and that's something that you need to ask yourself: is it worth the price that I'm paying it for? Another thing that I'd like to mention is, I think I mentioned this in the video, that the float for this will be relatively small since it's a 1.59 billion peso IPO. It's small, so lesser shares. And please remember, not all people who would buy it would sell. There will be a large portion also of investors that are long-term investors, meaning there will be a smaller amount of shares moving around, and that's the theory behind Frutas last year. That's also the theory behind KPPI. That was the theory behind Golden Haven. Smaller IPOs, smaller amount of shares moving, there's a larger shot of it to somehow move faster. But in the same way, again, please do note, I mentioned this in the previous video, that smaller floats would also mean that when selling happens, it would also go down faster. Please do note, it goes both ways. Larger push-ups would also mean that when people profit take, when people sell, the chance for it to go down also will be faster. Now, from a macro perspective, I'll further reiterate this, that they will enjoy the benefits of what's happening in this new normal. They will enjoy the benefits of people's changes in consumption. That, again, Pure Gold is a great supermarket play in connection to people's new spending habits, and Merrymart will be on top of it. I guess one of the questions that you just need to ask yourself is it worth the price that I'm willing to pay it for? The growth that they projected, will it actually happen? And if it happens, is it at 1 peso, is it enough at the price that I'm paying it for? If it's not, should you buy? If it's not, should you wait for it to retrace further? So those are some items in terms of its debt, its liquidity, its growth, its valuations, the cash that it has right now, and all of the other nitty-gritty financials in terms of Merrymart. I hope you guys got a lot from all of this. Put it in the comment section if you guys have other questions that you guys want to know in terms of the company. We still have a few days until the offering of this. Now, please do note that the offering will start May 27. So you have a couple of days, and if there's more questions on top of this, I'll try to make more videos so that you get to analyze it properly. But again, I'll say this over and over: do not buy it just because I make videos about it. You buy it or you avoid it based on your own analysis. You buy it, you avoid it based on a firm conviction that you know what you're getting into. So there, I hope you guys got a lot from this. I'll put the links below for the first 2 videos that I made for Merrymart. If you guys have any questions, again, put them in the comment section. I'll make videos about it. And if you're new to this, my name is Marvin German. I make a lot of videos about investing in the stock market, and if you have gotten so much value from this, I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing, about the stock market. And please do like the video, thumbs up, so that the YouTube algorithm shows this to more Filipinos as well. I'd super appreciate it also. And for those who want to enroll in the online courses that we have, I have an online course with Sean Si, link is in the description. I have another online course with Chinkee Tan, link is in the description below. I have 5 books which you can order via Shopee, link is in the description as well. And Stock Smarts Manila will be happening also soon, hopefully this June, when things get better. Rest assured that we're gonna go back to normal. Even the live events that we're gonna do, the classroom, I'm excited for that also. It's nice to do videos like this, pero minsan nakasawa rin na kausap ko lang sarili ko. That's why I love the seminars, because it allows me also to interact with a lot of people. It allows me to talk to all of you guys as well. So there, I guess that's it for now. It's time for me to go and do my groceries. It's time for me also to be able to buy, no, and everything's ready. No, the masks are here. All the things that I need to be able to function in this new normal is well prepared for naman. So there, yeah, I hope that you guys got a lot from this, and I'll never stop making videos to educate Filipinos, because at the end of the day, yun yung ambag ko. That's something that I know I can help. That's something that I know I can give, and that's something that I know can help Filipinos move forward. That in this new normal that we have, it's all about what do you know and what skills do you have. And I believe that investing, financial IQ is very, very important for you to move forward in this new normal. And I just really want more Filipinos to win. I want you guys to win. I want you that at the prime of your lives, you have something that you get to save, you get to invest, you get to build cash flow. And I really believe that in spite of the volatility that's there, if you know what you're getting into, I believe the stock market is one of the greatest ways for you to make money. I really believe that the stock market is one of the best ways for you to be able to grow wealth over a stretched period of time. But again, it's not get rich quick, it's get rich right. It's not get rich na lagay ka, bahala na, loto to. It's not like that. It's something that you work hard for. It's something that you build the time and the expertise for you to be able to grow wealth, because the best way to get rich quick is to do it slow and to do it right. You have to love the process. So I hope you guys stayed up until the end of the video. I take a lot of time to be able to shoot, and I guess just to give you as much value as possible. I hope that this is something that is helping you guys. So that's it for now. Marvin Gurmo. I hope this video helps you. Trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.